That room. I swear, someone stood there all night, just watching me. And the terrifying part? He bowed. So politely. In Japanese. My name is Paul. I'm half Japanese, half British. Been living in Osaka for almost a decade. I'm a weekend musician. Play small bars around Namba. I always stay at the same hotel. 3rd floor, room next to the elevator. Never had to book in advance. They always saved it for me. That night, the place was packed. I came late. The receptionist bowed deeply, said, "Sorry, Mr. Paul. Only room 407 is left." It had been closed for maintenance, but I said fine. The moment I opened the door, I smelled it. Incense. Thick, lingering. The kind you only smell at funerals. Room 407 looked normal, but I felt watched. I played soft music, tried to sleep. Click. The door creaked open, no knock. A man walked in. Dark green uniform, black collar, slouched back, face expressionless. "Who are you?" I asked. No answer. He just bowed, deeply. Then said in flat tone, "I'm looking for an item a guest left behind?" His eyes scanned the room, but he didn't move his feet. When I turned on the lights, he was gone. I went downstairs, told the front desk. The young woman looked confused. "Are you sure? Green uniform?" I nodded. She went pale, pulled me to a corner, whispered, "That uniformaku was retired last year. After Takuda. He worked there 14 years, meticulous. But once, a VIP guest left a Rolex in room 407. Takuda couldn't find it. The manager made all staff line up in the lobby. Stripped Takuda's hat in front of everyone. The guest laughed, called him a thief. No one defended him. That night, room 407 filled with incense. Next morning, they found Takuda lying there, wearing his old green uniform, head on the pillow, smiling. A handwritten note beside him. "I apologize for disturbing the guests. I resign from service. Forever." I didn't believe it. That night, I recorded myself sleeping, phone on the nightstand. Next morning, I watched the footage. At minute 2:07, my skin went cold. Tone, chilling, descriptive. The door opened by itself. A figure crawled into the room, bowed low, wearing green, moving on all fours. Stopped at the edge of my bed. Then whispered, barely audible, "I didn't forget an item. I forgot myself." I left the hotel before dawn, but as I stepped out, I looked back. Up at the 4th floor, room 407's window was open. Someone was standing there, smiling, a polite smile, with white, pupilless eyes. I moved, changed numbers, stopped playing music. But every year on the same night, I get an email, in Japanese, no sender. Just 3 words, polite, precise, haunting. Sorry to disturb. Like he's still working, even in death. Something in this place once called her name, in a dream she can't remember. She came like every night, but no night was the same. She never believed in gut feelings, but tonight, it screamed. Something was on the 12th floor, like eyes that never closed, watching her every breath, as if the building never truly slept. They say, when death comes, it doesn't knock, it slips in, like the silence between heartbeats. In the cold metal mirror, she saw a familiar face, but those eyes weren't hers anymore. The elevator didn't stop because of a malfunction. It slowed, as if a spirit inside was resisting, didn't want her to go further. The gaze reflected from the mirror wasn't in her head anymore. It watched from a distant place where no one should reach. That voice, echoing from her headphones, like a repeated curse. It was her voice, but twisted by something ancient and hungry. The mirror suddenly reflected a figure. Behind her, standing still, as if it had always been there, waiting for the right moment to look back at her. Something in the elevator was breathing, bleeding, and laughing with a child's voice. The blood didn't flow down, but up, as if gravity here was reversed by a will that didn't belong to this world. She always knew it was there, but never named it. The door didn't open because it didn't lead outside. She used to dream of it, but now, the thing from her dreams was crawling on the ceiling, looking at her with pitch-black eyes. She shoved the hideous thing. Its skin was cold as wood, and the smile never left her lips. She thought she could control this. But that presence had chosen her. Before she even stepped into the elevator, she had stepped inside, and there was no turning back. The door opened, not to an exit, but to the mouth of an inverted dream, with no end. She was chosen not because of a mistake, but because of her existence. Hands reached out from the shadows, not to touch, but to possess every piece of her. The voice whispered, not from outside, but from within her, as if it had rooted itself in her soul long ago. The elevator became empty, but the dried blood still told the story. Silence returned, like a black blanket, covering reality, erasing the traces of the human who was once here. The ground floor didn't welcome anyone. It just opened and waited. Another person stepped in, like always, not knowing. It was a one-way trip. Another person stepped in, like always, not knowing. It was a one-way trip in the mirror, not herself, but the thing that had taken her place and smiled. No more mirror, only a control screen. The elevator didn't go anywhere. It just waited and swallowed every soul. The laughter still lingered, like the echo of an unfinished game. No one knew who was next. Only the elevator knew, and it never forgot. I don't have much time left. This thing, it's crawling up my neck now. But before everything rots away, I need to say it. Maybe someone will listen. I was one of those living life to the fullest kind of guys. Ever since dating apps came out, my life was just one endless party. Tinder, Bumble, even a few shady ones from the deep web. I had them all. No long chats, no small talk. Just swipe right, drop a few flirty lines, and boom, another night of fire. I thought I had everything under control. Safe sex? Of course. Feelings? Didn't need them. All I wanted was a sweet, consequence-free night. And then I met her. A profile straight out of a fantasy. Long black hair, lips red like wine, and those eyes, something strange. Deep, hollow, like polished obsidian. I messaged, "Tonight?" She replied, "Yes." I picked her up. She stood under a street lamp, didn't say a word, just looked at me, held out her hand. Her touch was ice cold. I figured she was shy. Happens. But that entire night, she said nothing. Not a moan, not a whisper. Just stared. Her eyes felt like they were peeling open my bones. I woke up the next morning. She was gone, left nothing behind except a red bump in the center of my chest. Tiny, looked like a mosquito bite. I didn't care. Grabbed my coffee, hit the gym, and jumped back on the app looking for the next thrill. But by night, that bump exploded. I was in the shower when it burst, like a balloon full of blood. It stung. Bad. Blood wouldn't stop pouring. I panicked, wrapped it up, but it just kept bleeding through like tissue in water. The bathroom mirror cracked, like it was warning me something was terribly wrong. I went to the hospital. The doctor looked at me like I was some freak of nature. CT scans, biopsies, endless tests. The results? Nothing. No virus, no bacteria, but my flesh, it was breaking down. The next day, my fingernail fell off. My index finger turned black. Couldn't even feel it anymore. By nightfall, it dropped off like rotten meat. No pain, just cold. They said they'd have to amputate, or it had spread to my heart. I hesitated until my entire arm swelled like a sponge and skin started peeling in wet chunks. After the first cut, I thought I'd survived. But no. Every morning I woke up, something else was gone. A leg, my nose, my ear, the left side of my face. I was like a doll being skinned alive, layer by layer. I went mad trying to find her profile, but it was gone. Like she never existed. No friends in common, no traceable photos, nothing. I started calling the girls I'd hooked up with. 3 didn't answer. One of my closest friends, a guy who always bragged about never saying no, was found dead in his bathtub. His skin had been peeled clean like a boiled eel. I knew then this wasn't a disease. It was a curse. She wasn't human. She was a host, carrying something ancient. A parasite, maybe. I don't know. But I know it spreads through one thing: desire. I looked in the mirror. Only one eye left, half a face. My skin bubbling, flesh melting like candle wax. And last night, while I slept, I heard her voice. No words, just a breath. Right in my ear. She's still out there. Maybe in the next perfect profile you're about to swipe. Maybe in your lover. Maybe in you. Don't swipe just for a sweet night. Unless you're ready to spend the rest of your life in pain, rotting, surviving by carving yourself up piece by piece. Do you hear me? I think my neck's starting to itch.